Welcome to our module on Applied Prompt Engineering. Having covered large language models and the fundamentals of conversational AI, we now turn to a critical skill: how to effectively instruct these models to achieve specific business outcomes. This involves more than just asking simple questions. It's about strategically crafting prompts to guide the AI's behavior, its tone, and the nature of its output. We will explore the key components of both system and user prompts and examine how these are implemented in AI creator tools like Integrail AI Studio or EverWorker Canvas. This diagram again shows our AI assistant architecture. In this module, our primary focus is on the instructions component, which provides the guidance describing the task to the large language model. While we've touched on user interaction, knowledge access, and actions, this section is dedicated to the principles and practices of crafting effective instructions, a field often referred to as prompt engineering. Well-defined instructions are essential for unlocking the LLM's capabilities and ensuring its behavior aligns with our intended objectives. Let's begin with a refresher on the system prompt. Its primary purpose is to establish the LLM's consistent persona, define its operational boundaries and rules, and dictate its overall behavior throughout an entire conversation. You can consider it the LLM's job description. The system prompt is defined by the AI creator, typically within an AI building environment like Integrail AI Studio. Its importance is crucial because recent, aligned LLMs are most often specifically trained to prioritize the instructions contained within the system prompt, making it the most powerful tool for controlling the AI's core behavior and ensuring it operates as intended. A well-structured system prompt typically includes several key components. First, the persona or role defines the AI's identity, such as a helpful HR assistant or a concise technical writer. This helps the LLM adopt appropriate language and access relevant knowledge. Second, the general output style or tone sets the default personality and communication style. For example, whether the AI should be formal or empathetic. This ensures consistency in interaction. Third, core objectives or goals clearly state the AI's main purpose, focusing its efforts on what it is primarily designed to achieve for the user. Continuing with system prompt components, constraints and guardrails are particularly important for business applications. This section is where you define strict rules, establish safety boundaries, and list any prohibited topics. For instance, you might instruct the AI not to provide financial advice. It's also good practice to include polite refusal phrases for the AI to use if it encounters requests that violate these constraints. Next, general output format allows you to specify a default formatting style for responses, such as using Markdown for readability, which helps ensure consistency and usability of the AI's output. Two more advanced components for system prompts are foundational knowledge and context, and few-shot examples. For foundational knowledge, while retrieval augmented generation, or RAG, is used for large external knowledge bases, we will cover RAG later in the course. You can embed small critical pieces of background information directly in the system prompt, such as essential company policies or key product facts. Few-shot examples is a technique where you provide the LLM with specific examples of how to handle different tasks or formatting. Instead of just telling the AI what to do, you show it. This can be very effective for nuanced requests, like providing examples of summarization or specific response formatting. This slide, along with the next two, presents a structured template for building a comprehensive system prompt. This first part focuses on defining the AI's core identity and purpose. Under role, you describe the AI's primary function, such as a friendly customer support assistant. Under tone, you specify its personality, for example, helpful and empathetic. And under core objective, you state its main goal, like help users troubleshoot technical issues. The bracketed text indicates placeholders for your specific definitions, with examples provided below each. This second part of our system prompt template details key instructions, capabilities, and crucial constraints. Under Key Instructions and Capabilities, you list the specific functions the AI should perform and how it should prioritize tasks. For example, match errors to known solution runbooks. The Constraints and Guardrails section is vital for safety. Here, you explicitly list what the AI does not do, such as give financial advice. You also provide a polite refusal phrase for prohibited topics and instruct the AI to avoid speculation and admit when it doesn't know something. These guardrails are essential for responsible AI behavior. The final part of our system prompt template addresses constraints on knowledge and general output style. For knowledge constraints, you define the allowed domain for responses, such as focusing only on provided product documentation. Under general output style, you specify formatting preferences, like using Markdown for readability or JSON for data, and can guide answer length, for instance, concise unless asked for detail. Optionally, including correct-incorrect example pairs can provide explicit output guidance, reinforcing the desired response characteristics for the LLM. This diagram shows where the system prompt is implemented in Integrail AI Studio. The LLM node, representing the aligned model, has a specific input field for the system prompt. The system prompt setting panel on the right is where the AI creator enters the text of their comprehensive system prompt, incorporating elements like persona, rules, and output style. It's critical to remember that the content of this system prompt influences every single response generated by this LLM node, making it the primary mechanism for ensuring consistent AI behavior. Now let's refresh our understanding of the user prompt. Its purpose is to provide the LLM with a clear, actionable instruction or question specifically for the current turn in the conversation. While typically created by the end user interacting with an AI chatbot, a user prompt can also be generated by another component within an automated AI agent or worker system. The user prompt is dynamic, changing with each interaction, and it always operates within the broader boundaries and guidelines established by the system prompt. Effective user prompts also have several key components, primarily focused on the immediate interaction. Task clarity and specificity is paramount. State exactly what you want the AI to do right now. If the task requires specific information for this particular turn, such as text to summarize or numbers to sum, this turn-specific context or data must be included. You can also request specific output formats for the current response, like asking for bullet points or JSON, which might override defaults set in the system prompt. Finally, adding turn-specific constraints allows you to apply temporary rules for this turn only, such as word limits or particular explanatory style, distinct from the global constraints in the system prompt. Two additional techniques for crafting effective user prompts include referencing relevant chat history and using turn-specific few-shot examples. While the platform, like Integrail AI Studio, manages chat history, a user can explicitly refer to previous discussion points or uploaded documents to reinforce context for the LLM. Similarly, providing brief, turn-specific few-shot examples within the user prompt itself can guide the AI for an immediate task, especially if a very particular style or format is required for that specific response, differing from general instructions in the system prompt. Here is a template outlining the essential components of a well-structured user prompt for a single conversational turn. The top section demonstrates how you can reference relevant chat history for clarity. For example, based on our previous discussion about X, I could add, focus on how X impacts this new topic Y. In the section Task or Instruction, you provide a clearly stated request, such as summarize the key points of the following article. You can also provide any necessary input data for that task, giving it a relevant label like article, so you can refer to article in other parts of this same user prompt. Lastly, you can specify any turn-specific constraints or formatting requests. For example, provide the summary in exactly 3 bullet points. A key takeaway is that a well-formed user prompt should be self-contained, providing all necessary information for the LLM to effectively address the immediate request. This slide illustrates how user prompts are managed in the design environment of Integrail AI Studio. The agent input node receives the user prompt, which is then fed to the LLM node. When designing and testing AI assistants, you can input test user prompts in this environment, as shown in the user prompt setting panel. It's important that these user prompts focus on the current turn's task and do not attempt to redefine the LLM's core persona or overall rules, as that is the function of the system prompt. Here we see the front-end UX perspective, the chatbot input interface in Integrail AI Studio. This is where an end user, or the AI creator during testing, types their message. The text entered in the user prompt chatbot input field becomes the actual user prompt that is sent to the LLM for that specific conversational turn. This interface allows you to engage in real-time interaction and testing of the AI's responses to various user inputs, all operating within the context established by the system prompt and any ongoing chat history. While prompt engineering is powerful, there are common challenges and mistakes to be aware of. Firstly, we can have misaligned core instructions, or placing foundational rules or persona definitions in the user prompt instead of the system prompt. Secondly, prompt injection or jailbreaking is where advanced users attempt to craft user prompts to override system prompt rules. This underscores the need for robust system prompt design. Thirdly, vagueness or ambiguity in either prompt type can lead to poor or irrelevant responses. Fourthly, conflicting instructions, whether between system and user prompts or within a single prompt, can cause the LLM to ignore instructions or behave unpredictably. Lastly, context window limits can lead to the AI forgetting earlier parts of long conversations if the chat history exceeds the LLM's processing capacity. To maximize the effectiveness of your AI systems, here are some best practices for prompt engineering, particularly relevant for business professionals. First, always be clear and specific in both system and user prompts. Second, design strong system prompts with well-defined guardrails, as this is your foundation for consistent behavior and safety. Third, ensure user prompts focus on the task for the current turn, not on redefining core AI characteristics. Fourth, provide necessary context concisely for the current turn. Finally, and very importantly, iterate and refine. Test your prompts, observe the LLM's output, and adjust your prompting strategies as needed. Integrail AI Studio and the next-gen EverWorker Canvas are great tools for testing, iterating, and refining. This iterative process is key to achieving the desired AI behavior or performance. In summary, prompt engineering is the method by which we direct AI behavior, as prompts serve as instructions to LLMs. The system prompt acts as the foundation. It's creator-defined and establishes the AI's persona, rules, and guardrails, making it crucial for control. The user prompt, on the other hand, is the interaction driver. It's typically user-defined and focuses on the task and specific details for the current turn. For both, clarity, specificity, and strong guardrails are key. And finally, iterative testing and refinement of your prompts are essential for developing effective AI solutions.